Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where I am back here in the Mead Hall of Stoke, where I suspect that Dudsig is planning another way to kill me. I wonder what it is today.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
The folk we fought in the south were of my own kind, half a Dunlending blood and half the blood of the Mark, and likely from the Stone Deans. I find it offensive that they should be slaughtered so, and without the opportunity to explain themselves, all because they were not of pure Rohirric blood. The true evil comes from the west, the Dunlendings who invade our lands and fill the minds of my people with lies and deceit. The Dunlending captain who leads the invaders at Barth Doram oft leads assaults against the gates of Stoke, or rides the plains with his guards. Slay him, and the foe shall be put to flight. So, let's do this. The Wild Captain. And this is another one where we must keep the Reeve alive. And we can only hope that as we do so, I don't fall and the Reeve doesn't fall. Right?
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I do understand Dudsig's frustrations, but I don't ask pardon for protecting my riding. I grant, however, that he is correct, that the true responsibility of this evil belongs to this Cledwoon. Therefore, I have decided to bring the justice of Grimmar down upon his barbarian head. Ordlock and I will set camp to the west. Meet us there, and we will watch for Cledwood's appearance. Oh, another one of these. So, we have the campsite is to the west. So, let's head out to another campsite. I have arrived at the campsite. So, let's call forth Freefield. Ah, we have Freefield. We have He's hiding in the bush, getting ready to strike against the first reeve that goes in front of him, right? Well, let's see what we got here. And we have Ordlock.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Ah, Pinelore, we have found Cledwoon and have drawn him to this place. On your guard! Here he comes. Are we all ready with everything that we need? Let's just have a bite to eat first. Just in case. Let's go. Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh, that's right. I almost did. Hey, they came right to. Oh boy, they have most certainly have been told to come after me, haven't they? Yeah, whatever you do, go after the hobbit first. That's what they're saying. All right. Oops. Okay. Oh. All right. Okay, fine. You get the birds coming. Oh, of course, he smacked upon me right at the time that was needed. You have successfully defended Refreefield from Cledwood and his minions. All right. How about that? No one died this time. Well, except a bunch of enemies.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Grimmar has been avenged, but I fear that the invasion has not been hindered. I'll return at once to Stoke and consider our next action. Meet me there. All right. Let's get back to Stoke. It's good we all returned safely.
Will you aid the horse lords?
I confess that I am distressed, Pinelore. The assaults on Stoke continue, and more Urks and half-orcs arrived at Barth Doram every day. We must find a way of halting these advances. Whee! And I'm sure Dudsig is trying to find a way to halt my leveling. Title awarded. What's this? Hero of the Broadacres. Oh, okay.
Greetings! If you have a moment, I have need of your assistance.
It is clear, my friend, that the foe shall not be dismayed, but all the better, for we may yet gain great glory in battle. If we wish to rout the foe, we must strike at their heart. Let us make an assault upon their encampment to the west, Baras Doram. The captains that you noted there are likely the true leaders of this force. If we can lay them low, the invasion will be at the very heart. At least be hindered from advancing until they can send more captains. So bring Thane Orlok's recommendation to Refreefield. Indeed, I am through with these invaders. Let us do as Ordlac suggests. The servants of the evil shall know the wrath of Stoke. Let us be away at once. All right, let's go and destroy all these. And I guess I better keep a good eye on you, because who knows what Dudsig is planning now.
Thane Ordlach of Osserley convinced Reeve Brithild to put an end to the White Hand's invasion once and for all by leading an assault against their camp at Barth Doram.
Well, I see that we've got all sorts of... Is that a troll? A gate guard. It looks like a troll to me. Oops, oops.
What brings you to these lands?
So we've come to it, Pinelore. The enemy is great, but they shall soon know the courage and strength of the Rittermark. Yon gate is guarded by a great troll. Yeah, I noticed. We will need to slay that beast ere we can enter into the encampment. Okie dokie. Onward for the acres! All right, there we go. And okay, we do that. Smack! Whoops. Ooh, we need Troll Slayer of the Wait, that was my first troll? Yikes. Okay, we do that. Defeated the gate guard and his minions. Alright! Yay! Well, that's a good start. I presume that warning is just that I've got the new deed. And let's just go into there. Now I can MAGIX. Ooh. Oops. You're dead. Defeated MAGIX and his minions. Madman. Okay, next round. Ushatar. Okay. So next we have Ushatar. Hey, you're down. Oh, that went well. Defeated Ushatar and his minions. We go through each Is there? Oh, okay, yeah, there is a fence around here. For a moment there I was wondering, was this place completely open? No, it was just an illusion from distance. Oops. Your army is routed, monster! Now you shall know the vengeance of Freethild! Do you truly believe that you have come this far? You can blindly fall into a trap set for you. Farewell, shield maiden of Rohan. Oh, so... Dudsig's trap isn't such a secret anymore. Completed Orc Slayer of the Westernment. Alright. I think the Uruk spoke truly. Oh, hark! There are many orc boots. Let us hide Okay. I think the Uruk spoke truly. This must have been a trap. Hark! I hear the steps of many orc boots. Let us hide ourselves from this place, lest we become trapped. Okay, so that means we made our retreat after our little raid there.
What brings you to these lands?
The battle was well fought, and the foe felt our wrath, yet I am still not convinced of our victory. I'm troubled, Pinelore. You're troubled, Pinelore. By what? By this red note you say here that due to phasing conditions to continue the Broadacre storyline, you must have completed Epic Volume 3 by Chapter 8? That's just a little footnote in the quest text. No, dude, oh, they even put it in big red letters. Oh, boy. Okay, now things are going to go really bad, right? I have arrived in Woodhurst in the Stone Deans. And it looks like Horn and Nona have also.
This looks like any other village of the Horse Lords to me.
Horn tells me that this town is home to many people of Dunlending and Rohirric blood. Do they maintain the traditions both of my people and Horn's people? Or have they forgotten from where they came in order to survive in this land? I don't see much that I recognize of the Ukhluth in this town. The buildings are wrong. The land is wrong. Will the people prove otherwise? Well, and what does Horn have to say?
So near to Dunland, many of the folk of this town share ancestry with the Dunlending tribes.
This is Woodhurst. I have desired to see it for some time. So near to Dunland, many of the folk share ancestry with the Dunlending tribes. Perhaps Nona and I will be able to find a place here, when it is all through. That's still a good while hence, I don't doubt, but my heart tells me that Woodhurst would be more welcoming to us than my own home in Aworth. Well, we have more pressing matters than this. Let us find Reeve Harrimond and report to him of the danger that his town may face. All right, so talk to Bryant at the hideout in the outskirts of Woodhurst. Okay, well, if they're asking me to speak with someone in a hideout, it implies that things are not all that well at the moment. Because if the Reeve were doing well, they wouldn't be asking us to find a hideout. I'd just go to the meat hall, right? Brienne turns out to be a widow who is currently crying. I suspect most likely crying due to the loss of her husband. Well, let's see the truth of this.
The blood of the hill tribes flows through me, but they are no longer my people.
You're welcome in Woodhurst, but you do not see her at her best. My husband has finally succumbed to death, but I cannot properly mourn for him. I must mourn too for our city, for it is held in the grip of Dunlending invaders. The blood of the hill tribes flows through my veins, but they are no longer my people. When I wed Harrimond and came to live in his lands, and when I gave him a son, then I was no longer of my tribe. I was a part of a new tribe. Brian's eyes flash, and you see a fire in them that reminds me of Nona. Those who hold the mead hall and bring war upon my home have share of my blood, but they spill the blood of those that I love. Now we are enemies. You have my thanks for this warning that you bring, but Woodhurst is already imperiled. What is one more thread upon the pile of so many? Speak to my son, Herbrand. He rules now in place of his father. I will answer any questions of yours if I am able. Okay. So, this is Herbrand. the new reeve of the Stone Deans.
You wish to help? Good.
There are not enough folk willing to help with the problems of others in these trying times. My son Herr Farah is doing all that he can, as I am, but we cannot be everywhere. There will always be somewhere we are not. You may not know much of these invaders, but I do. They are called Dreigluth, and they worship worms and lizards of all sorts. But their loyalty has been bought by Saruman, and they go where he commands. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with the Dreigluth, unfortunately. Defeat these Dunlending invaders wherever you find them throughout the Stone Deans. You will find Dreigluth aplenty in Woodhurst, and to my sorrow and my mother's sorrow. Alright, so defeat Dunlending invaders throughout the Stone Deans. Okie dokie. And you think I was done fighting against Dreigluth? If I remember properly, there are plenty of Dreigluth in this section right here of town. The invaders have decided to set up shop here. Well, let's see if they're really here. Did they decide to move out because they heard that I was arriving? Well, I guess I'll speak to this person and find out. What do you mean, threatening me? Okay, fine. Defeated Dunlending invaders. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you insist on... Hey. Hi there. Okay, you're going to... Okay, next. Oh, how about you? And boom. This won't take long. I have thinned out the invaders.
The Dunlendings cannot defeat us, me and my son. We are invincible.
You have done well, my friend. Soon this land will be free of these clutches. My son and I will do what we can against the Dreigluth, for they cannot defeat us. What? Oh, I don't speak in riddles, Pine Lore, and I don't exaggerate my prowess or that of my heir. The Dunlendings cannot defeat us. We are invincible. You are invincible. That sounds unlikely.
It is true. An old soothsayer lives among the mounds and speaks words of prophecy.
This soothsayer has foretold that I will die at orcish hand, as will my firstborn son. Never before has knowledge of coming death been so welcome, Pine Lore. For it is be my fate to die in orcish hands. Well, no Dunlending will be able to land a hand upon me. Thus far, it has proven so. Speak to your companions, and if they agree to this journey, I will bring them before the soothsayer Hildegard. Perhaps she will read your fate as well? Let me see. So, how do you know there are no orcs with the Dunlending? It's all Dunlendings around here. No orcs, then. Interesting. Well, I suppose that if he sees any orcs, he's going to run away. Elderhorn?
Harabrand is a fool to believe the words of this soothsayer.
Such mystics never speak plain, but deal in riddles to confuse the weak-minded. Hildebrand's a fool to believe these words. I will go with you to the cave if Nona desires it, but I beg of you, do not put too much faith in the words of a soothsayer. There are many mysteries in this world, but I think it likely that Hildegard is merely a woman with an addled mind. This soothsayer will speak in riddles and lies. Mark my words well, for they tell the future. Va! Well, what do you say about visiting a soothsayer, Nona?
A soothsayer lives in this land? I am filled with delight.
Such folk truly possess the power to foretelling the fates. Do you remember the dream that drew us across the mountains? We were not fathom its meaning, but a soothsayer such as the one of which Hildebard speaks is more skilled at reading such visions than the likes of us. Return to Herbrand and humbly beg him to bring us before the soothsayer. She can tell us much. Ooh, but what can she tell us? We'll find that out when we return to the next episode of The Lore of the Shadow.